What's up folks, I'm Private Hudson and today we're going to be taking a look at Dismantle. This is an early access zombie survival crafting game. Turns out this genre is still popular and turns out I am also still interested in it. Despite being in early access, Dismantle is looking pretty good right now. It has a decent lighthearted art style, and while it's not designed to be graphically intensive, it does run extremely well. I haven't encountered any bugs, the handcrafted map is huge, and there's tons of resources to collect and items to craft. Overall, it's pretty fun and affordable. It's $20, and I think I picked it up for around $15 during a recent sale. However, early access is early access. The game doesn't really have an exciting or interesting premise. You're a dude who's been living in a bunker during a zombie apocalypse, and one day you decide to come out and evacuate the city. But once you reach the escape point, you realize that everyone has already left. There is one escape rocket left, but it requires 4 fuel cells, so the objective is to gather those. Currently, only 2 can be acquired as the map for the other areas isn't finished yet. The game is a bit stupid. It uses the same text-to-speech voice that all those awful YouTube meme videos use. On the bright side, there isn't that much of it in the game. It also uses emojis, but these could be turned off in the options menu. And yeah, the whole premise of escaping your city via a rocket is dumb. So is the fact that you have to fight a Metal Gear in order to get a fuel cell. Why weren't these things deployed to kill off the zombies? Who knows? But the game itself is okay if you like the whole mining and grinding aspect of these crafting survival games. The core gameplay loop is you need to get somewhere, but there's an obstacle. It could be extremely hot or cold weather, could be an object, it could be a boss, and so on and so forth. So you kill zombies in the areas that you have access to, level up, unlock recipes, craft items, and upgrade your equipment to overcome the obstacles. Once you reach the next area, you basically rinse and repeat. Does it get boring and tedious? Kinda, but you also get a sense of accomplishment once you finally get the next level upgrade for your main weapon, which allows you to dismantle even more items, or the next backpack upgrade, which allows you to carry more resources before you have to go and deposit them. By the time you reach the end of what the current early access version has to offer, you'll be able to dismantle most objects in the game. It gets pretty ridiculous when you walk into a house and bash everything in sight, like refrigerators and stoves, and get their scrap components. Most upgrades are manageable, but the one that really took forever for me was the fur hat, which I needed in order to get access to the snow biome. The only way to get the material for it was to slaughter deer, but these guys get immediately alerted to your presence and are just extremely hard to pin down. I had to camp a spot next to a bonfire. Resting at these bonfires allows you to level up, pick traits, which sadly at this point are all passives, craft stuff, but it also respawns all enemies and animals around you, like in Dark Souls. Once I was finally able to farm enough deer, I was able to enter the snow biome, and there is a trinket that you can equip which lowers enemies' alertness to you, but the deer hunting bit was still extremely tedious. There's quite a bit of other stuff that you can do, like grow crops, fish, cook, dig for hidden treasure, and explore some abandoned tombs. Thankfully, unlike other survival games where you have to eat 20 pounds of steak a day in order to survive, eating and sleeping here aren't required. Cooking a new recipe unlocks a permanent passive buff, while sleeping gives you a temporary one. Fishing is honestly extremely boring as there's no interaction whatsoever. You take out your rod, your character sits down, and he fishes until there's no fish left. That's all there is. There's no clicking, you literally just AFK. Growing crops is also pretty boring as they take a while to grow, and I honestly haven't spent much time doing it. There is no building aspect in the game yet, but I imagine once they do implement base building, farming might become a little more interesting. There's also a way to prevent zombies from respawning when using campfires. It takes a while to unlock the item, and then a bunch of additional resources in order to craft the item. You can also craft another item that respawns harder zombies that drop rarer loot, but I haven't dabbled with either of these yet. These items do get inserted into link towers, which give you an overview of the region that you're in. It fills up the map for you, and they can be used as fast travel as well. Overall, I like Dismantle. It's in a good spot right now, and the developers release content updates monthly. These consist of new regions on the map as well as new gameplay features. I do have a couple of suggestions though. Combat is pretty boring and consists of just kiting enemies. The attack animation is the same regardless of what weapon you have equipped. It would also be nice if they added more types of zombies. Right now you just have a regular zombie, then there's one who throws green goo at you, then there's a big fat boy who vomits green goo at you. And then there's two that have a blade for an arm that charge at you like a Gorefast from Killing Floor. There are two more, but they're just like mutated plants really. One sits around and doesn't do anything, but it's just covered in spikes, so if you get too close to it, you take damage. Another one does a mortar attack of green goo. But these two are more annoying than they are challenging. But yeah, I've put 12 hours into the game, and I like it. About half the island is now playable, so it looks like they might reach their expected release date of summer 2021. If you like what you see, add it to your wish list and continue following it. Well, that's the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you folks next time.